How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about one of my, as of now, favorite free editors or editing programs on the iPhone that you can use today. They also have a paid version of this in particular app if you want to get better and bigger things out of the app. They have their whole entire own library of sounds and music for you to use inside of the app, along with rendering out in 4K if you pay for the paid version, that is. But the free version allows you to go ahead and export your video in 1080p, HD footage or HD quality with some free sounds, some free music tracks. Here is a little bit of a teaser that I put on my Instagram of something I just did with some coffee because it was kind of fun. This is what we did inside of this entire program. So let's go ahead and roll that now. And here's what the timeline of that in particular edit looked like. So of course I'm editing this video on that app. I am recording this video on my phone in my girlfriend's bedroom because I'm at her house with my phone propped up in the windowsill for natural lighting, a little bit of yellow lighting behind me, and with my phone flashlight on. Now we went ahead and turned off the yellow light in the background, so I'm really dark, but the front of me is, I'm assuming, really bright because I cannot see my phone. I'm using the front camera. But before we go ahead and get on into this and tell you guys about the app a little bit more, how to use it and what I use it for, and pretty much how it's been easy for me, let's go ahead and tell you what it is. And it is Premiere Rush. It's actually an Adobe product. And as of right now, so far, there is a free version of it. I haven't found a limit of how long the videos can be, so I don't think there's a limit on how long your video can be. I'm assuming you can't go like over an hour or something. I'm assuming that's how it's supposed to be. But you can import 4K footage too. So you can record in 4K, size up or scale down or scale up your footage from 4K to make your 1080p export look better by being able to zoom in. And there you go, you may be able to render or export your video in 1080p, but because you shot your footage in 4K, you have more wiggle room when it comes to your edit. So you can zoom in on something from 4K and get closer and keep your quality versus how it would be if you recorded it in 1080p. So the one thing about this editor that I like the most is the ability to drag files or your timeline pretty much wherever you want. Now, of course, you cannot edit with your phone on the side. That's the one thing I hate about this. When you flip your phone to being sideways to edit on and everything, the timeline disappears and you can only see the video. You can only see what your video has and everything, what your timeline is. When you click play, that's what you see. But the plus side to this is whenever you drag all your files and down in there, you have your audio files. I'm pretty sure you can only go up to like 3 or more. I don't really know how many you can go. I only had to use like 3 or 4 layers. So there might be a maximum, I just haven't hit it. But you can put all your audio files in a layer, and then you can put all your video files in a layer, and all your effects files in a layer. The cool thing is you can move them around freely, and they do not have to snap to wherever they want it to be. You can put it where you want it to be. Now, the really big plus side of that is your creativity is not limited by this app. So let's say that you want an audio file to be in this particular area. Most editors on a phone only give you 1 to 2 tracks, 1 video track and 1 audio track, and they're going above each other like this, like most editors do. I believe that's called linear, I could be wrong. Linear editing or editing timeline. Most editors on the phones only give you 2 tracks. This one gives you more, so you can add another track above your other audio layers. Therefore, you can keep adding them above each other and put them wherever you want to. Even though there might be an audio layer here, you can put another one above that to add to your effect. That's one of my favorite things about this video editor is you can go crazy and not be limited by the app. The only thing limiting you is your own creativity. My other favorite thing along with this editor that involves audio is you can record your audio and voice overs directly from the phone. The video I just showed you in the beginning of the whole coffee thing and everything, every single sound in that video was recorded after all the footage was recorded. it into the kitchen. I grabbed water. I poured it into a cup. I recorded it from the phone directly into there. I clicked record, watched the the timing countdown pretty much, and I went and watched the footage as it was going, and I was doing the sounds depending on what was happening on the screen. From what was on the screen, recording it directly into it, and it put it automatically in my timeline wherever it was recorded at. All the sounds of the water, the coffee grounds being flipped into there, the steaming of the pot on the stove to heat up the water, all of those sounds was recorded from the app as I was editing in the kitchen, recording all the sounds for that specific edit. Now, am I saying the video I did was perfectionist or was professional? No, it sucked actually, kind of. It was really good and I'm really proud of it, but it's sucky compared to what you can do if you take out the real time for it. I didn't take out my time to do all that. I did that all in like 15 minutes. What I'm saying is what I got out of that video in 15 minutes is amazing considering it was on the phone. You can do so much with that if you spend 6 or 7 hours just chilling there, affecting or perfecting your masterpiece, I guess you can say, in your edits. And I'm assuming since I got it on iPhone, it's also available for tablets and stuff like that, for Apple and everything. Go ahead and check it out. It should be on there somewhere. You can go ahead and download it on the store, App Store, whatever the hell it's called. I'm new to iPhone, so all this is kind of new to me. But go ahead and check it out. So there's also a few things that took me a while to learn how to use when it came to this app. You can click on your timeline on like your video or your audio, and it will bring up a little option. It will give you a cut or a split. It will give you a delete or it will give you a duplicate. And you're like, okay, so I can only split it, I can only delete it, and I can only duplicate it like below and everything. Actually, no, this took me a long time to figure out this was a thing inside of this app. When you click on it, you get those options. If you double click on your audio, it brings a whole nother line of options on the bottom of the screen of how to do things, how to turn it up and down, how to cut different things. If you do that on the video, it gives you other options for color correction and zooming in. And it's so freaking cool too. And if you want to do cropping and everything on there, of course, it doesn't have keyframing and everything. So if you're wanting to get advanced stuff like that, I don't believe it has it on there unless they have that for the full version. I don't know if they do because I do not have the full version. But if you're on the video itself and you click on the video timeline, if you actually click on the video display port where it's actually displaying your video, if you click on that, it will highlight it and you can actually pinch and zoom, and that right there is technically cropping your footage. And that is actually how you crop your footage or whatever you want on the timeline or in this editing program. And with this, you can do picture in picture or video in video. So let's say you have a random gameplay footage on your computer or whatever, and you upload it to the cloud, and you have your face cam that you recorded from a camera or your phone or whatever you want to do or whatever you want to say. And you have your audio. You have your audio, your camera, and your gameplay from a footage or from whatever you did when you recorded your video. Upload it to the cloud, download it onto your phone, so when you're on the go, you're on a flight, you're on a vacation, you're going out with your family members, and you're that one shy person in your family that doesn't talk to anybody. Download it to your phone. As long as you have this app, download all that footage, download the audio to your phone, import it into the app, and you have unlimited usages pretty much for 1080p high quality or HD footage editing. And no, I am not sponsored by this company. I'm not sponsored by anybody to tell you to use this app. I'm doing this video out of the sole purpose of how helpful it was for me editing and doing stuff while I'm at my girlfriend's house. My girlfriend's going through pregnancy right now. She's having some issues. She's getting dizzy all the time, things like that. Her sodium's all messed up and it's a whole ordeal. And it's just she cannot be here by herself. I'm here taking care of her. I can't always be at home to make videos. So this has been an amazing way for me to be able to make videos while being here, and I think it's a very awesome way to do it. So if I were you guys, if you guys have an Apple product like an iPhone or whatever products they have, I know they have like millions of them, I don't know them all. I know iPhone, that's for sure. But if you guys have one of those, go ahead and look for this app on their store, download it, and give it a shot. I promise you will not regret it. But if this video helped you guys out at all, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.